Hello dear kids, this is Raji ma'am yet again with another chapter. How are you all today? Are you all enjoying your studies? You must be doing it well. Right. Good. Today we will start the class with straight arm circle warm-up exercise. It's a simple way to encourage mobility at the shoulder joint. Focus on driving the movement directly into the shoulder by keeping the arm straight and shoulder down. Keep the core muscles tight and hips steady. Perform the movement in both directions and on the left side and the right side. We'll work through sets of 4 rotations before changing directions. Are you all ready? Shall we start? Take your positions. First will we do with our right hand. Okay? Rotate in clockwise direction. 1, 2, 3 and 4. In anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then left hand in clockwise direction. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and in anti-clockwise direction. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Excellent. So in this chapter we are going to learn about reproduction. Animals reproduce in 2 ways. Animals that lay eggs and which animals that give birth to young ones. Birds, frog, insects, fish, reptiles are the animals which lay eggs. Mammals such as human beings, dogs, tigers are the example which the animal that give birth to young ones. So in this chapter we also going to deal with the life cycles of birds, frog, insects such as butterfly, cockroach and housefly, then fish, reptiles and mammals. So who all have pets at home? And which pet do you have? Have you seen babies of these pets? Yes, you have seen them, right? Now, can you all please help me to fill in these blanks with the correct words from the box? So, these are the questions for you. First one, I am a baby dog. What am I called? It's gosling? Huh? It's cup? No, it's puppy. You are right. Thank you. Then second one, I am a baby goat. What am I called? I think it's kid? Or it's cup? Oh, please help me. Oh, yes. Thank you. It's kid. Then next one, I am a baby lion. What am I called? Yes, it's cub. Then I am a baby goose. What am I called? Thank you, it's gosling. Gosling. Thank you, children. So, do you think how does an animal give a new life to the little ones. Look at these pictures of animals and the young ones. A dog gives birth to cute little puppies. A lion has cubs. And a bird has little chicks. You too were a little baby when you were born, won't you? You must have seen sometime bird feeding their babies or dog playing with their puppies or monkey hugging its baby. Do you wonder at the similarity between animals and their babies? We observe that animals and their babies have same characteristics and features. Both animals and the young ones have same pattern of hair, skin, tail, etc. Why do animals have babies similar to them? All living things reproduce to replace their old and dying generations. If they do not reproduce, their species will disappear from the earth. Example, if cat does not reproduce, they will not seen in the future after some time. So reproduction is vital process for every animal to continue its race. Reproduction is a process by which living organisms give a new life or produce another one of their own kind. I repeat, reproduction is a process by which living organisms give a new life or produce another one of their own kind. As an example, we can see a small video and come back.
May I help you? Will you marry me?
Yes, I do.
So, how was the video? I believe it makes clear about the growth and importance of reproduction for every animal to continue its race or life. There are stages of growth in every living beings. Just see here the life cycle of human being. So children, first stage is the baby. Then second, the child. Then comes the adolescent. After the adolescent stage, it comes the adult. Then comes the last stage, it's the old age stage. This cycle continues. So, first stage is the baby, second, child, third, adolescent stage, fourth one, it's the adult, then the old age. All living beings such as humans, animals, plants and microorganisms are born, grow, live for a certain period of time and then die. The period of time for which a living organisms live is called its lifespan. Look at the puppies and the mother in this picture. Do you see some similarities? Yes, right. There are similarities between puppies and the mother. Look at the butterfly and the caterpillar that has come out of the eggs. Here, can you see or notice any similarities? No, right? There is no similarity between butterfly and caterpillar. A hen lays egg. Chicks come out of these eggs. Do kittens come out of eggs? No, kittens do not come out of eggs. The young ones of living beings are born in different ways. One way is by laying eggs. Another one by giving birth to the young ones. So first we will discuss about the animals that give birth to young ones. The animals that give birth to young ones are called mammals. I repeat, mammals. The animals that give birth to young ones are called mammals. Just think of yourself when you were a baby till now, and how did your mother take care of you? The same is for the other mammals also. The young ones of a cow, a goat, a cat and the dog are in their mother's tummy. After birth, the young ones feed on the mother's milk and grow. Also, mothers take care of their babies till they are old enough to look after themselves and search for their own food. They also clean them and protect them from enemies. So you must be grateful to your mother. Try to please and help them and support them in need, because mother is the most important woman in everyone's life. A mother sacrifices her happiness for her child. No one else can care for the kids the way a mother does. And then, do you know, children, mammals are very intelligent animals. Some animals carry their young ones in a pouch. The mother's pouch provides a safe place for the babies. They are called marsupials. I repeat, marsupials. The kangaroo and the koala are marsupials. The kangaroo and the koala are marsupials. Next, we'll discuss about animals that lay eggs. Some animals do not give birth to young ones. They lay eggs from which young ones are born. Fishes, insects, birds, snakes and frogs are the animals that lay eggs. These animals do not produce milk to feed their babies. There are animals that guard their eggs for several months, for a period of time. They do not eat or move. After the young are hatched, they die. There are animals like that also. First, we will start with birds. We all know birds make nests. The bird lays eggs in the nest to keep their eggs safe and warm. But how does the egg become a baby bird? Let us take an example of a hen. The life cycle of a hen has the following stages. The egg grows inside the hen and hen lays eggs in the nest. The hen sits on the eggs for few weeks to keep them warm. This is because of the fact that an embryo grows into a chick only when it is warm. Only when it is warm. This is known as incubation. I repeat, the process is known as incubation. What? When the embryo grows into a chick only when it is warm. This process is called incubation. Now, I am sure you are wondering, will the eggs break if the parent bird sits on it? No. All eggs are protected by hard covering made up of calcium carbonate called as shell. Shell is porous that allows the transfer of gases through the shell. Within the shell are the albumin and the yolk, where the albumin is white in color and the yolk is in yellow in color. The yellow part present in the center of the egg is called yolk. It contains a bright white spot that develops into a baby. So, the growing baby inside the egg is called embryo. It obtains food from the yolk. The white part of the egg called, what is called the white part of the egg? It is called the albumin, surrounds the yolk. Albumin protects the embryo from shock and jerks. It provides water to the developing embryo. Then the embryo develops into a chick. When the chick is fully developed, it breaks out of the egg shell, and this process is called hatching. I repeat, when the chick is fully developed, it breaks out of the egg shell, and this process is called hatching. The chicks then grow to an adult, and the various stages of the development starting from an embryo to a mature adult is called life cycle of an animal. It's called a life cycle of an animal. So, this is the hard outer shell which protects the egg. So, now I will show you the inner part of the egg. The yellow part present in the center of the egg is called the yolk, and it contains a bright white spot that develops into the baby. A growing baby inside the egg is called the embryo. So this one is called the white spot is called the embryo. The developing embryo obtains food from the yolk, this from the yellow part, and the white part of the egg called the albumin surrounds the yolk. Right? We can see albumin which surrounds the yolk, and albumin protects the embryo from shock and jerks, and it also provides water to the developing embryo. Then this embryo goes through various stages, and when the chick is fully developed, it breaks the eggshell and comes out of the egg. So, what is the process called? Yes. What is the process called? Yes, this process is called hatching. Here, then the parent bird feed the babies till they are strong enough to look after themselves. Now, let us learn about the life cycle of a frog. And you want to tell me the life cycle of frog after watching this video. So who is the one coming to explain? Rachel, are you ready, dear? So let us see the life cycle of a frog. So let us see the life cycle of a frog. A female frog lays 100 of eggs at a time. These clusters of eggs are called spawns. And then the young one of a frog is called a tadpole. A tadpole does not resemble a frog. It looks more like a small fish. It has a long tail but has no legs. It breathes through gills in water. It swims in water and eats water plants. After 5 weeks, the tadpole loses its tail and grows organs and limbs. In about 11 weeks, it transforms into a fully developed frog. This complete change in the form of an organism from the young stage to the adult stage is called metamorphosis. Thank you, Rachel. Do you know, children, that the tadpole uses the nutrients stored in its tail as food? So, until its tail is completely gone, it doesn't need anything else to eat in its journey of becoming a young frog. So, what do you call a baby frog? Embryo? Huh? Oh no. Thank you, children. Yes, it's tadpole. Very good. Next, we will move on to fish. Fish too lay their eggs in water. They lay thousands of eggs at one time. But many of these are eaten by other big fish. The young fish hatch from these eggs. Most fish leave the eggs once they are laid and do not take care of them. Some fish carry their eggs or young ones along with them. And now we move on to reptiles. Now you can see turtles here. Oh, very nice. Look, there are 2 turtles. Okay, so reptiles such as lizards, turtles and snakes also lay eggs. Turtles and crocodiles dig shallow pits generally near the river banks and lay eggs there. Crocodiles carry the young to the water body after the eggs hatch and take care of the babies and protects them from the enemies. Okay, children, so far we have discussed the life cycles of birds, frog, fishes and reptiles. And now we move on to the next life cycle, that is life cycle of a butterfly. That we are delighted by the sight of bright and colorful butterflies at different shapes and sizes. Butterflies are the part of the environment. Butterflies live their lives among plants. A butterfly metamorphoses as it grows. Means 4 stages of development: eggs, larvae, pupa or chrysalis, and the adult is known as butterfly. In detail, we can see a butterfly lays eggs on leaves of a plant. After a few days, the eggs hatch into caterpillars or larvae. The larvae of a butterfly is called caterpillar. And larvae get their food from leaves and quickly grows in size. It stops eating after a while and makes a cover for itself around its body called a cocoon. In this stage, the caterpillar is called a pupa. What do you call? It's called a pupa. At the pupa stage, the caterpillar undergoes transformation inside the cocoon. After a day or two, a beautiful, colorful butterfly breaks the cover and comes out. This is the adult insect. Then let's see a small video and come back.
A butterfly lays eggs on the leaves of a plant. These eggs hatch, and young ones called larvae, or caterpillars, come out of the eggs. The caterpillar first feeds on the eggshell from which it is born. It then starts feeding on the leaves and starts to grow. The caterpillar sheds its skin several times so that it can grow. Once the caterpillar is big enough, it stops eating. It then forms a protective layer around itself. This stage is called chrysalis. In this stage, the caterpillar is now called pupa. The pupa remains motionless in the chrysalis. Inside the chrysalis, the pupa undergoes a series of changes. After about 15 days, a beautiful adult butterfly emerges out of the chrysalis. When the butterfly comes out, its wings are small and wet. The butterfly pumps fluids into its wings to make them strong and to expand. After a few hours, the wings become strong enough and the butterfly is able to fly. These series of changes in the life cycle of a butterfly is called metamorphosis.
So, children, the video is interesting, right? Okay, it makes clear about the life cycle of butterflies. So, let me show you the life cycle of a butterfly which I have drawn. Is it clear? Okay, you can see the first stage, that is the egg. Then it comes the caterpillar. Then after that, it's the pupa. And then it comes the adult butterfly. Okay. So then, while clearing leafy vegetables, we often see leaves which have holes of different sizes in them, or which have been eaten up. And what can be the reason for this? Yes, the reason is that the caterpillars of some insects stay on leaves and eat them up. Hence, we find leaves which have holes in them or are eaten up. Sometimes, while cleaning beans or peas, we find green living things in them. They belong to which stage in the life cycle of a butterfly? Yes, you guessed it right. They belong to the larvae stage or the larval stage. Then, butterflies also go through these 4 stages of life. They lay hundreds of eggs at a time. The eggs hatch to produce larvae. At the larval stage, a housefly is called a maggot. This is the only difference with the life cycle of a butterfly. After some days, the larvae becomes barrel shaped. This is known as pupa. Pupa then is covered by a cocoon. It also breaks up in a week and young housefly comes out. Then some insects like cockroach and grasshopper do not hatch into larvae. They only have 3 stages in their life. Therefore, they are known to have an incomplete metamorphosis. The young ones that comes out of the eggs look like the adult insects but are smaller. They are called nymphs. They feed on their own and grow in size. They mold several times before they become adults, which means the nymph sheds its outer covering number of times and change into an adult. This shedding of skin is known as molting. I repeat, the shedding of skin is known as molting. M-O-U-L-T-I-N-G, molting. So now I will show you the life cycle of a cockroach. Are you able to see? Yes? Okay. So this is the egg. This is the first stage. Then it comes the nymph, that is the second stage, and it comes the third stage, which one is that? It is the adult cockroach. So it only a 3-stage process. So it's called a incomplete metamorphosis, right? Okay. And now I have a small work for you. You can write on this question. After we have cleaned grains that we buy, we store them in boxes. Even then, when we open the boxes after some days, we may see some insects in them. does it happen? Okay, and next second question is that I already mentioned there are animals that guard their eggs for several months. For a period of time, they do not eat or move. After the young are hatched, they die. Can you find out which animal it is? That is for you to find out. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this session. God bless you, my children. Stay home, be safe and healthy. See you in the next video. Till then, bye.